Hello everyone, so this is chapter 3 or unit 3 intro to 3D. For unit 3 intro to 3D, we have 9 topics. These are the 3 editor, importing 3D objects, creating a 3D character, FPS character, 3D rendering, working with 3D assets, camera lights and shadows, shooting with raycast, and the character body 3D. So what is the 3D editor? The first thing you should notice is the 3 colored lines in the center. These are the X or red line, Y for green line, and Z for blue line. So the point where they meet is the origin, which has the coordinate 0, 0, 0. You find that this color scheme will also apply elsewhere in the inspector. So for the x-axis or the red line, this line typically represent the horizontal dimension, and the y-axis or green line, this line usually represent the vertical dimension, and the z-axis or blue line, this line represent depth or positive values extend forward or out of the screen, while negative values extend backward into the screen. So we proceed to importing a 3D objects. For importing a 3D objects, we have physics bodies, statistic bodies, animatable bodies, or for object moving only by script or animation, such as doors and platforms, and rigid bodies, character bodies. For vehicle bodies, intended for arcade physics, not simulation, joints, soft bodies, ragdolls, revolution, and so on. So we proceed to creating a 3D character. For creating a 3D character, first step you should do is modeling. When you modeling, minsan ginagamit natin Blender. So dito tayo modeling, or dito tayo gumagawa ng character. So the second step is dito na is texturing. Dito na yung mag-a-apply ka ng texture sa character mo, or maglalagay ka na dito ng character color, quality detail, and surface properties, so that texture can include diffuse maps, normal maps, and specular maps. And the third one is ridging. So the ridging, dito na maglalagay ka na dito ng skeleton or bones sa character. Dito na ilalagay mo yung bone or sa character mo para mapagalaw. So you proceed to animation. Sa animation naman, pag nalagay mo na yung read, dito na create mo yung animation mo, ay yung character mo, kung papagalawin mo siya dito, such as walking, running, jumping, and other action. And the next one is importing into Godot. Kapag natapos mo na nagawa yung animation mo o yung character mo, is ipapasok mo na siya sa Godot. I-apply mo siya sa Godot. Setting up in Godot. So dito magka-create ka na ng scene, or dito maglalagay ka ng nodes such as kinematic body or character body for movements, and attack the animations using an animation player nodes. Sa scripting, dito na maglalagay ng program using GDScript, C+, or Visual Script. We proceed to FPS character. In FPS character, texture compression, basis universal, slow but result in smaller files, BPTZ or black compression texture for the high quality compression, ETC2 or Ericsson texture compression 2, S3TZ or S3 texture compression refers to texture compression format used in 3D graphics, particularly in engines like Godot. Analyze anti-aliasing. So temporal Anti-aliasing, or what TAA, is a technique used in computer graphics to reduce the visual artifacts known as aliasing, which can occur when high frequency detail in a scene is rendered at the lower resolution. And AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2.2 Anti-aliasing, or FSR2, which can be used at native resolution as a form of high quality temporal anti-aliasing. So multi-sample anti-aliasing, or MSAA, for both 2D anti-aliasing and 3D anti-aliasing. So fast approximate anti-aliasing, or FXAA. So this is a screen space anti-aliasing technique developed by Timothy Lotz and NVIDIA. It works by applying a blur filter to the entire image to smooth out edge, so making it a more efficient alternative to traditional methods like MSAA, especially in a real-time application. And super sample anti-aliasing, or SSAA, using bilinear 3D scaling and a 3D resolution scale above 1.0, and alpha anti-aliasing, and so on. So we proceed to 3D rendering. For 3D rendering, HDR rendering with sRGB, perspective, orthographic, and first-time offset cameras. When using the forward backend, a depth prepass is used to improve performance in complex scene by reducing the cost of overdraw. And so in 3D rendering, physical based rendering or built-in material features follow the Disney PBR model. Supports Burley, Lambert or Lambert warp, half Lambert, and tone diffuse shading modes. Support click GGX tone and disable specular shading modes using metal, and so on. And we proceed to working with 3D assets. For working with 3D assets, we build in meshes or cube, cylinder or cone, hemisphere, prism, plane, quad, torus, ribbon, and tube. Maps for 3D tiles based lever design, constructive solid geometry or intended for prototyping, tools for procedural geometry generation, path 3D node to represent a path in a 3D space, and so on. So we proceed to camera, lights, and shadows. For camera, we determine the player viewpoint, influencing how they see the scene and interact with the environment. And for the lights, represent the source of illumination in game, including directional lights like sunlight. And for phone lights is like a lamp, and ambient light for general background lighting. And for the shadows, the dark areas cast by object blocking light, providing depth and definition to the scene, and can be used to create suspense or guide the player. And we proceed to shooting with raycast, a method of simulating a projectile like a bullet by using an invisible ray that extends from the player's viewpoint in a specific direction, detecting if it hits any object in its path, and registering that hit as if the player had actually shot something. Essentially, it's a way to determine where a shot would land without needing to visually render a projectile traveling through the game world, commonly used in first-person shooter games to instant register hits on target when the player fires their weapon. So how it used in shooting games? Player aiming. When the player aims their weapon, the game casts a ray from the camera's position in the direction the player is looking. And firing action, when the player presses the fire button, the game performs a ray cast to check if the ray hits any enemies or object within range. And hit registration, if the ray hits a target, the game registers a hit, allowing the player to inflict damage or trigger other game effect. And we proceed to character body 3D. For character 3D body, we have a physics-based movements. Unlike simple game object, a character body 3D interact with the game world through physics calculations, allowing for more natural movements and reaction to terrain. And high-level movements controls. This type of body usually provides built-in function for action like jumping, sliding, and crouching, making it easier for developers to implement complex character controls. And collision detection. Character body 3D is designed to accurately detect collisions with other objects in the game world, including walls, slopes, and other character. So we have an example usage for character body 3D. We have platformer game, or a character body 3D should be used to control the player character, allowing them to jump, run, and land on platform while accurately detecting collisions with obstacle. And the first-person shooter. In a PS game, the player character movements would likely be managed by a character body 3D to enable smooth movements and interaction with the environment. So that's all. That is my report about chapter 3 or unit 3, intro to 3D.